going back to saying black men are the sacrificial lamb, we are out here working and doing what we can to make sure that we get in front of these young men, whether it's coaching, mentoring, doing whatever you got to do. We're getting in front of these young men. We're talking to them. We make sure they're loved. We're making sure that they're cared for. We're making sure that they see some type of positive black imagery in front of them. What happens, unfortunately, is what's been glorified is pushed in front of them even more. So I can't take what I'm seeing from Coach Cav. I know Coach Cav love me. Coming to practice, give me hugs, he pick me up, give me hugs, he feed me pizza, he give me drink. You know what I'm saying? He out here training me for free. He doing all this stuff. Oh, Coach Cav is a wonderful guy. And those young brothers who remember me from back in the rec days, they love me for that, bro. Whether they out here running the streets or not, they love me for that. I done seen them out here. Coach Cav, what's going on, man? What you doing? How you taking care of yourself? Yeah, I'm taking care of yourself. Boy, I heard you out here doing some crazy shit. They look down. They start laughing. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Well, straighten it up. I don't care what you got to do. You need to straighten it up. If I can help you in any way, shape, or form, I'll help you in any way, shape, or form, but you got to straighten it up. So the thing is that we're out here doing this hard work, trying to get these kids to follow the straight and narrow path. But unfortunately, we are being suffocated by degeneracy. This voice, this beautiful voices that we have as positive black males is being completely suffocated by degeneracy. And what I'm asking of the black community is, at what point do we stop this? At what point do we say, let's put the good and the righteous at the top and leave that degenerate shit at the bottom? I'm not saying that I hate a dope boy. I'm not saying I want him to go to hell. I'm not saying that I want him to get killed. I'm not saying any of that shit. But what I'm saying is, you don't deserve to be the top of the motherfucking totem pole. You at the bottom of the totem pole. Though you got a lot of money because you selling all this dumb shit and you don't give a shit who you hurt. You need to be at the bottom of the totem pole. You don't need to be in front of kids speaking to kids. You don't need to have any of that influence or impact. I've seen our sisters, black mothers, who have young black males they are raising. And they will put these young black males, these beautiful boys, in front of degenerates. And then wonder why at the age 15, 16, when they're outpowering you and you have no control of them, wonder why they're running to the streets. Running to the streets. Now, see, here's the thing. I'm speaking of good black men. Now, the dope boy is a sacrificial lamb too. Let me break that down. Dope boys get their start by what they see. Okay? A dope boy ain't putting dope in his hand by himself at the age 10 or 11. Somebody putting that in his hand, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so you got these OG niggas out here, these motherfuckers that we put at the top of the totem pole that everybody's supposed to fucking respect for some odd reason. You got these OGs feeding these young boys these drugs and saying, hey, man, you don't want to live poor no more? Go out here and sell this shit right here. Go ahead, sell these pills right here. You can make $1,000 a night. All right, make $1,000 a night. I understand how that would lure young men into getting into that type of game. I understand how that would lure them into that. Okay. So not only that, but once a young boy starts selling drugs and start making money, this is why he's a sacrificial lamb. His family don't fucking love him. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when he's making that much money, everybody got the hand out. Everybody got the hand out. Now, do you have mothers out here that will look at her son that's bringing in $1,000 a night and say, don't bring that shit into my house? Yeah, you saw it on Scarface, Tony Montana's mama. Tony came in there with that fat ass knot, laid it down for Gina and said, hey, here's some money. What the mama do? Pick that shit up. We don't want your dirty money in here. We don't need that blood money in here. That's a mother that loves her child because she knows that the drug game only ends in two ways, either hell or in jail. You either going to be dead or you're going to be locked up. And she know that. Biggie Smalls, you go back to that movie, Notorious. What did his mama do when she found that shit up on his bed? Kicked his ass out. Get your ass up out of this motherfucker, nigga, because I taught you better than that. You ain't got no business coming up in here selling crack and all this shit. You think I'm going to take this money from you? No, get the fuck out of my house. That is a mother that loves her child. Now, what you have mothers out here that take money from their sons who out here selling dope.
Man, talk about it.
They take money from their sons that's out here selling dope. So if you're taking money from your son that's out here selling dope at a very early age, or shit, even later on in life, you don't love your child because you know in the back of your head, there's only two ways that this ends. Either he's going to fucking die or either he's going to get fucking locked up.
Right.
Those are the only two conclusions that you come to. Everybody, the drug game is undefeated. Didn't you say that yesterday?
Yeah.
The drug game is undefeated. You know what I'm saying? It's that shit is a $1,000,000 and oh.
Yeah.
Nobody has survived this, man.
You know, when I talk about the grain, when people say go against the grain, you know why they say that? Because the grain is undefeated.
It is.
The grain is undefeated. Everybody's been trying to go against the grain and they never win. It's not designed for you to win. It's the grain lets you know you're going probably the wrong way.
Right. Absolutely.
In most cases,
absolutely.
Because you've just done the assessment of everything,
Right.
So I like putting definitions around things because what we're talking about is behavior. You hit the right points. You brought up the loud minority and use words like degeneracy just to separate everything, right? But you know what my definitions are. You know what I'm saying? We got discipline and undisciplined thinking.
Of course.
That's it.
Right.
And then you either sexually disciplined or sexually undisciplined. You either emotionally disciplined or emotionally undisciplined. The most undisciplined people represent the degenerates.
Right.
And low-level learners reproduce with low-level learners and make more low-level learners. And they share the same activities. They learn from each other because what you have to do in your household is protect your people, your home, your children from the degenerates.
Right.
Because the degenerates don't know that they degenerate.
They have no clue.
They have no clue.
Right.
Like, I used to think, like when you're learning when to go tit for tat and when it's, picking your battles, right? You think you're going to get even with a dummy. You can never get even with a dummy.
No.
They don't even have a playbook.
No.
You over there trying to use like your best scheme, and they just showed up and just did whatever they wanted to do. It's like trying to swat at a gnat.
That's it.
It don't matter how strong you are, how fast your hands are. It's a gnat. It's moving like this right here, and you're not gonna hit it.
Right.
So it's you got a couple options. You either go in the house or you get something that, I don't know, like a bug zapper. You find a better tool to kill the gnat. And one of the things about Black people that I've had to study, that we've all had to study to get to a point of understanding how to pick your battles with us, is you got to study your family and you got to study the people that studied us.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, people don't like talking about eugenics and Margaret Sanger for the racial connotation that surrounded her research.
Right.
We only bring up the Tuskegee experiment when we talk about, the amount of damage that came from, sterilizing Black men and women with syphilis. And this book, a medical apartheid. We've Mass Incarceration by Michelle Alexander. 13th, all of these social justice, like narratives that go along with the greater picture about how much trauma has been really inflicted on the Black community. Now that we got that, right? We have studied people that have studied us. So now we have to accept some of their research as being absolute truth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they know your behavior, they know your tendencies, they know how to target you. So we got all of the data from the prisons. We see the numbers in the schools. We get the education outputs and data. You can look at childcare. You can look at census. You can look at abortion clinics. You can look at so many different institutional records.
Right.
And tell where we got the most problems at. And where they're likely to occur again. And for that reason, what do we do with that? Do we take the few? Because it's like in the 80-20 conversation, most other ethnic groups, they 80% of their demographic is okay with shunning the 20%.
Absolutely.
but 80% of our demographic loves degeneracy. Now, they may not be the actual perpetrators of the degeneracy, but they celebrate it.
They support it. Right.
They support it.
Definitely.
And it's so easy to see because we need to talk about us right now. Like, I'll give you an example. Them fans, where them fans at?
Right.
The Carnival Cruise Line got shut down because women want to step onto a song on a boat.
Right.
Trail rides getting tore up. Trail rides used to be sacred, hidden events.
Right.
Every time I see videos, is women tearing each other up.
Right.
And then you don't see men involved in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the chance when we got like this separation just between man and woman and within the Black community amongst the degenerates. You're like, you know what, man? Women got to work their problem out. And then as soon as we get that, then we get a situation where like your Shannon Sharps, just recently being in the media because of what he does with his time. Diddy in the media for what he does with his time. Now, I'm not talking about worshiping entertainers and athletes. I'm not. I'm just looking at the example of it because people study us.
Right.
And it's easy to discredit someone that has a repetitious pattern that doesn't occur nearly as much anywhere else. I'm not saying Indians, Asians, or anybody else. They just don't celebrate it.
Right.
But that's not an excuse for us to dismiss the actual behavior.
Right.
And the truth of the matter is, it just goes to show you how fragile the Black man's credibility is, that we can use Shannon Sharp or Diddy or anybody that R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, we can use all of those examples just to discredit the integrity of the Black man.
Mm-hmm.
We can use all of those examples as an opportunity to put fatherlessness off on the Black man in its entirety without ever talking about what environment fostered the fatherlessness. You know what I'm saying? Who raised who raised the man as absent? You know, and even then, think about it, right? They can blame an absent man. It's before they take ownership of what they did when they're present.
Understood. But that goes back to the
degeneracy. That's what I'm saying. In the degeneracy arena, it's easier to blame an absent man that somebody else chose. That's what I'm saying. That's how fragile all of our credibility is as Black men, that we can blame an absent man.
Mm-hmm.
You can blame a man that's on TV. You can say all men cheat. You can say Black men ain't this. Right. You can say the Black woman can say I make more money than the Black man, but we still part of the same ethnic group or racial group that is in the lower tier of, you know what I'm saying, of economics.
Yeah.
So we getting blamed where we're only separated by a couple $1,000. And then we get all of the burden, all of the responsibility, and never any of the celebration. Meanwhile, everybody gets to be as offensive as they want to be, while being offended by everything else that we have to say. So, like, I think in the tone of this conversation, we got to fight back.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
We gotta fight back.
That's
you know
what we're doing.
You see those memes like hit it back, just stand up, do something.
Yeah, do something, because as of right now, we getting our ass whooped, we getting punched, we against the ropes, we in the corner, we getting fucked up. As good Black men, as righteous Black men, we are getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, by a very small minority of people. And going back to the dope boy, like I said, being a sacrificial lamb, because I didn't quite finish that. So like I said, you got mothers out here that love their sons and don't allow it and say, get that shit out of my house. Don't bring that shit in my house. I bought you a better than that. Don't bring that shit up in my house. Then you got mothers out here that take the money from the dope boy. And that's the mother that don't give a fuck about her child. He's a sacrificial lamb because she knows this is going to end in two ways. Either he's going to die or he's going to go to jail, one or the other. So not only his mother doesn't love him, but also his family members don't love him either because they got their hand out. Auntie got her hand out. Cousins got their hand out. Family reunion come and, it's going to be 200 folk there and the dope boy got all the money. He going to bring all the hot dogs, hamburgers, hamburger buns, drinks, and all that stuff. He going to make sure everybody eating good, everybody drinking good. Ain't nobody going to say shit about how this nigga got this money. He's a sacrificial lamb because the whole family know this only ends two ways. It ends either in death or incarcerated. I'll tell a dope boy this. If a dope boy watching this, or a young dope boy watching this, because I do got some young boys on my page. If a young dope boy watching this and you making your money, don't give nobody shit because ain't nobody gonna spend a night in jail for your black ass. Ain't nobody going 6 feet under for your black ass. Your mama ain't gonna do it. Your sisters ain't gonna do it. Your brothers ain't gonna do it. Your cousins ain't gonna do it. Aunties, uncles ain't gonna do it. Ain't none of them gonna do it. Keep your money in your fucking pocket because ain't none of them niggas gonna help you along the way for the shit that you're about to face. None of them. You're a sacrificial lamb. Nobody loves you. Everybody's looking at you because you got the money. I think what's my man's name on the clips? What's it? No Malice?
Yeah.
They just did an interview with that brother. He said nothing wrong with money. He said there's this misconcept of what the Bible says about the money. He said money is okay. Money is how you survive. Money is how you get things done, how you provide for people. It's the love of money is what the Bible says don't have. Don't have the love of money. Me and my boy Wabu talked on his podcast a couple of times. He said that he feels like that money is God to black people. It is God to black people. We will do anything for money. And these boys out here, these dope boys that's risking their lives and risking their freedoms are sacrificial lambs because we will do anything for money. We don't give a shit about you. We don't give a damn about what happened to you. Yeah, we'll sit here and once you get your head blown off and we scrape you off the goddamn sidewalk because somebody shot you with 32 rounds, we'll come out there and do a candlelight visual for you, release some balloons. They say, oh, everybody loved Tay. He was a good man. He was da, 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 da. These niggas still living. They're going to keep having them family reunions without you. They're going to keep having them cookouts without you. Your baby mama going to go out here and fucking suck another nigga and do all this shit without you. Your mama going to keep living her life. Your auntie, uncles, cousins, they're going to keep living their life while your ass dead. And you done gave all this money to all these motherfucking niggas thinking they love you. They love the money. You a sacrificial lamb. I need every dope boy watching this to know that you are a sacrificial lamb. The only time you can say your mother love you if your mother said no. You are not selling that shit while you around me in this house. You are not gang banging in this house. You got to leave. That's the only time you know if somebody love you. That's it. When they're against what you're doing because they know how it ends. Once again, ends in jail or 6 feet under. One or the other. You're a sacrificial lamb. So not only are good black men sacrificial lambs, dope boys are sacrificial lambs. And at the end of the day, black men, we got to speak on this. We got to speak on this. As good, righteous black men, we got to say, enough of this clown shit. How long we going to fall for the goddamn okie doke? We keep on saying, oh, the white man putting this in my way. Or the white man doing this. The white man only gives us entertainment that degrades us. Why is that saying that you gotta watch it? Is that saying that you gotta consume it? Is that saying that you gotta buy it? If there's a food out here that the white man came up with that was delicious, however, 100% of the time that you ate that food, it gave you cancer. Would you continue eating that shit? The answer is no. And if you did, you a fucking fool. So at the end of the day, if you keep falling for the same damn tricks over and over and over, you have to ask yourself, if this person, this white man, all-powerful white man keeps tricking me to do silly shit, is he smarter than me?
Ooh.
Is his IQ higher than mine? When you blame everything on the white man's obstacles, that's what you're admitting. You're admitting that this white man is smarter than you because you can't make your way out the obstacle. You can't make your way out the maze. You can't make your way out the system. So this white man is smarter than you. That's what you're saying. When you say that his obstacles are in your way constantly and you keep doing dumb shit because this is all they're feeding you. Ain't that what you're saying? I mean, I need some feedback on that. Ain't that what you're saying? Oh, see, now we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about, okay, is the white man smarter than us? Do they have higher IQs than us? We don't want to talk about that. It makes us uncomfortable. Oh no, is he really saying
All right, folks. Appreciate you sticking with me to the end. This has been another episode of Beyond the Algorithm. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Go get the book. And most importantly, I will see you beyond the algorithm, because that's where life actually happens.